differentiation or derivatives. Okay, this power rule is majorly concerned with how to derive the derivative or differentiate a given function. So now, let's say we have a function, f of x. F of x is used to denote a function. F of x means function of x or y. So let's say we have a function f of x or y, and let's say y is equal to x raised to power n. This y is the function of x. When we say function of x, what we mean is that x is the independent variable, while y is the dependent variable. Function of x means depending on x. Y is depending on x. That's what f of x means. F of x means y depending on x, or just simply y. So the power rule is that if y is equal to x raised to power n, okay, to differentiate this, dy over dx means differentiate y with respect to x. Change y with respect to x. Why are you changing y with respect to x? So change y with respect to x because y is depending on x. For instance, now most students are being sponsored by their parents, right? And for you to go to school, your school fees have to be paid, and your parents have to pay your fees, right? It means that you are depending on your parents. So in this case, y is you, x are your parents. So it means that anything that happens to you, or anything that should be done with you when you are still under your parents must know about it. If someone wants to come to the house and say, hey, I'm coming to the house, I came to your house and I saw a beautiful flower in the garden and I decided to pluck it. Okay? Now, you will not just come to the house and pluck, come on, flower, come here, grab flower and go away. No. You must be giving what consent. Okay, yes, it's good, your eye is good, you saw a beautiful flower, right? Or you are giving you permission to pluck. What it means is that y, which is you are depending on your parents, you're a function of your parents. So before anything will change as regards you, x must be respected. Y, changing y with respect to x. So that's what dy over dx means. That is the general idea of derivatives or differentiation. So it means that dy over dx will now be equal to, now this n you're seeing here is the power, x is the variable. So what do you have to do? You say n times x raised to power n minus 1. N times x raised to power n minus 1. Alright? So what it means is that you bring down your power, you multiply it by the variable x, and you subtract 1 from your power. Now let's look at an example. Let's say for instance we have y equal to x raised to power 3. How do we differentiate this? Very simple. dy over dx will be equal to, carry your power down, say 3, write your variable x, then subtract 1 from your power, 3 minus 1. So this will give you 3x squared. Now if you have y to be equal to 4x cubed, for instance, you say your dy over dx will simply be 3 times, the coefficient here is 4. In this case, our coefficient was 1. That's why we multiply 3. We just multiply 3 straight, but 3 times 1 is still 3. So when you're multiplying your n by your variable, it must affect the coefficients there. So in this case now, we are now having a coefficient of 4. So 3 times 4, so we say 3 times 4, x raised to power 3 minus 1. So this will be 3 times 4 is 12, so our answer is 12x squared. 12x squared. Now let's look at another example. Let's say we have y equals to, let's say, minus 3x raised to power 7, for instance. You have a negative coefficient here. So now this will be 7 times minus 3, x raised to power 7 minus 1. Your power times your coefficient. Repeat your variable x, then subtract 1 from your power. So this will now be minus 21x raised to power 6. Okay? So this is how to apply power rule in differentiation. Now we can also have a fraction as our power. Something like this. Let's say y equals to 14x raised to power 1 over 2. 14x raised to power 1 over 2. This will still be the same pattern. You carry your power to get your y over dx. Remember, this is the y over dx result. To get your y over dx, you say 1 over 2 times 14, then x raised to power 1 over 2 minus 1. Always multiply your power by a coefficient and subtract 1 from your power. So this will be 2 here 1, 2 here 7. 1 over 2 times 14 will give you 7. So 1 times 7 is 7. So 7x raised to power 1 over 2 minus 1. Let us go over here. The answer is minus 1 over 2 though. But let us check. 1 over 2 minus 1 over 1. LCM is 2. 2 into 2 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Minus 2 into 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So we have minus 1 over 2. Minus 1 over 2. But now, please, whenever you have a negative power, don't leave your answer like this. Whenever you have a negative power, don't leave your answer like this. Okay? You can simplify it further. What do I mean? Look at this, guys. 7x raised to power minus 1 over 2 is equal to 7 times x raised to power minus 1 over 2. Am I correct? Do you agree with me that 7x raised to power minus 1 over 2 is 7 times x raised to power minus 1 over 2? Beautiful. Now, what am I saying in essence? Alright? 7 times x raised to power minus 1 over 2 is this. 7 times 1 over x raised to power 1 over 2. Do you agree with me? Because anytime you remove this minus sign, it becomes division. For instance now, let me give you a very simple example. For instance now, if you have x raised to power minus 2. X raised to power minus 2 is 1 over x squared. So if you remove the minus, it's division 1 over. X raised to power minus 5, 1 over x raised to power 5. Are we together? So that's how we also have x raised to power 1 over 2 there. Because the sign has actually been removed by virtue of changing it to division. So this will now be equal to 7 times 1 is 7. So you have 7 over x raised to power 1 over 2. 7 times 1, 7, then over x raised to power 1 over 2. Now, whenever you have a variable or a constant raised to power half, it is the square root. If you have, let's say 36 raised to power 1 over 2, the answer is 6. How? 36 raised to power 1 over 2 is square root of 36. If we have 36 raised to power 1 over 3, cube root of 36. Are you getting it? So, if you have 36 raised to power 1 over 4, it is quadratic root of 36. So when you have x raised to power 1 over 2 here, this will now be 7 over root x. This is your final answer. The y over the x. Y over the x. So this is the general idea or general concept of the power rule of differentiation.